Hey, I'm Karen, and I'm a mom to two amazingly neurospicy autistic kiddos. If you're an autism parent like me, you know I don't have the time to make a podcast intro. I also lack the tech skills. So let's just get into it. This is the NeurOrdinary podcast. And as we approach the holiday season, I wanted to dedicate this episode to something special that may not, on the surface, seem like it's about self care, but stay with me. It's creating autism friendly holiday traditions. I know this time of year can bring a mix of excitement and stress, especially for our neurospicy kiddos. So let's dive into making the holiday a time of joy and connection for everyone. We're going to kick things off by acknowledging the elephant in the room. And it's the holiday season. You know, the twinkling lights, the scent of pine, the warmth of traditions. For many families, this is a time of joy and togetherness. But for some of us autism parents, it might also be accompanied by the concern of extreme sensory overload, a complete lack of sleep, and the challenges of keeping our kiddos' routine intact while also managing our family's expectations of us. Amid all this holiday cheer, we also have to navigate the season with a mindful awareness of our neurospicy kiddos' sensitivities, and we have to add in the determination to make this season as enjoyable as possible for them. All of this while managing the zillion other things that go into making the winter holiday season and family traditions what we want them to be. So, let's talk about adapting our cherished family traditions. The key is to make them as sensory friendly as we can. So, for instance, if your child is sensitive to bright lights, consider using softer ambient lighting. Swap out loud jingle bell songs for more calming music. It's about finding that sweet spot where the holiday magic can unfold without overwhelming our kiddo. And yes, it may mean that some of your favorite traditions might not serve the family you have now, and you may have to reconsider what traditions you include in your holiday plans. It's all about striking that delicate balance of crafting an environment where the enchantment of the holidays can unfold joyfully and without too many meltdowns, and while our kiddos feel loved and supported. So, how do we do all that? I'm glad you asked. One way is to get creative with adding some new traditions into your life. Think about your child's interests and weave them into your holiday plans. If they're fascinated by textures, how about a sensory friendly ornament making session? If routine is crucial, plan a countdown to the holidays calendar. It's all about finding activities that resonate with your child that help you create moments of connection. And maybe this is the year you break free from the conventional and let your child's interests become your guidepost. So, here are 5 ideas to infuse some autism friendly activities into your festivities. And before you start saying, but Karen, you usually talk about self care, not parenting advice. Just know that this advice is, in my opinion, self care for us too. The more we can find a way to meet our kids' needs, the more time we'll have for our own self care and the less intense parenting we'll have to do during this season. Sometimes self care is all about setting you and your kiddo up for success. So let's dive into these new holiday tradition ideas. Sensory friendly ornament making session. Embrace the fact that your kiddo wants to touch all the things and do a sensory friendly ornament or decoration making extravaganza. Provide various textures, colors, and shapes for your kiddo to craft with. Allow them to explore and create ornaments that tell their unique holiday story, even if it isn't Pinterest perfect, or the reindeer handprint you were hoping that they would make. For older kiddos who aren't into the handicrafts anymore, make slime. Bust out the kinetic sand or the putty I know you probably have somewhere in your house, or go online to find a recipe for tactile dough or stuff that you could make at home. Then just spend some time with them playing and enjoying each other's company. Countdown to the holiday calendar. For those who find comfort in routine, consider crafting a countdown to the holidays calendar. Each day can unveil a small, predictable activity or moment, which builds anticipation and excitement in a structured way that aligns with your child's need for routine. If you have a dopamine seeking kiddo, though, you may want to avoid using a candy countdown calendar, as in my experience, I found it to be more of a hassle than a help. Also, if the concept of counting down to the holiday causes you or your child stress, don't Do it. Same goes for Elf on the Shelf or any of the other, traditional quote unquote holiday countdown activities. The key here is finding what works for you and your family. Another idea is themed sensory bins. For your younger kiddos, whether that's chronological or developmental age, get back into the sensory exploration with theme sensory bins. You can tailor them to align with your child's interests, whether it's a winter wonderland filled with faux snow or a treasure hunt with hidden holiday surprises. These bins provide a safe space for sensory play and discovery. And perhaps my possible favorite, cozy storytelling. Create a calming atmosphere doing a storytelling by the fire tradition. So gather around a fireplace or create a simulated one with LED candles, or you can look up one of the many fireplace videos that are available on Netflix, Amazon Prime, or I think even YouTube. Get some blankets and cushions, maybe brew up some hot cocoa, share holiday stories that resonate with your child's interests, or skip the holiday books and reread some of their favorite regular stories instead. Sometimes the novelty of the season is just too much for our kiddos, and they appreciate the familiarity of what they're used to. Just add in that fireplace holiday twist. And this idea is just, when I thought of it, I was so excited to share it with you. Introduce a tradition that's centered around self care for both you and your child. Designate a day for relaxation and rejuvenation, and incorporate activities that bring joy and peace to both of you. Whether it's a spa day, a nature walk, or a movie marathon, prioritize these moments of connection, well being, peace, and relaxation. Remember that as their parent, you are showing your children how to prioritize their self care during the sometimes stressful winter holidays, and you're leading them by example. If we do this, we can also make some memories in the process. Plus, who doesn't need more self care time during the holiday season? So, these 5 innovative traditions not only celebrate the uniqueness of your child and their needs, but they also create lasting memories filled with joy, connection, and understanding. But what do you do when there's a tradition that has been part of your holiday celebrations for years and it just isn't a good fit for your kiddos' needs? So glad you asked. Don't be afraid to adapt your existing holiday traditions. Maybe the idea of a hectic family gathering is just a bit too much for your child. How about a cozy movie night with the holiday classics instead? Or perhaps you could do a virtual visit with family and friends to maintain that connection without the sensory overload. It's about molding traditions to fit your family's unique needs as they currently are. It doesn't mean things will be the way they are forever, but for this year, maybe we practice our flexibility as parents and embrace what our kids really need. And supporting my kids to do and be their best is always a great way to practice my own self care because it reduces the challenges they have and the number of challenges I have to support them through. So let's dive deeper into tweaking and tailoring traditions to fit your family so you can meet your kiddos where they are right now. And so you can share more holiday moments that feel just right for both of you. Idea number 1, like we talked about before, cozy movie night. If the big family gathering feels like too much, swap it out for a cozy movie night. Set up a snug spot with blankets, pillows, and your child's favorite holiday movies. It's a peaceful way to celebrate without the extra noise. If special drinks and snacks will make the event a success, go for it. Don't forget to include their favorite fidget or sensory toy. There's times that we've brought the mini trampoline into the living room to help us get through a movie. And sometimes it just means embracing the fact that you're going to watch Elf 47 times this year because the snowball throwing scene is a modern cinematic marvel. Do what you can to set your kiddos and yourself up for success and enjoy your time together. Another idea is virtual hangouts. You can use video calls to stay connected instead of in person visits. Have a virtual family get together with family and friends. Your child gets to enjoy the warmth of connection without the sensory overwhelm. While this can be a hard one for some family members to accept, going virtual can be a game changer in how our kiddos relate to their larger extended family. It also enables them to retreat to a safe and comfortable place if they get overwhelmed. And you can get some rest by not having to travel or host an event that likely comes with a high chance that you'll have to do some intensive parenting. Next idea is a personal holiday spot. Create a calm, festive nook that suits your child. Toss all the squishmallows in a corner, throw up some twinkle lights, and add subtle holiday touches to make it feel special. This spot can be a retreat when the holiday hustle and bustle gets to be a little bit too much for your kiddo, and it lets them enjoy the specialness of the holiday season. Plus, you can enjoy it too after they go to sleep. The next idea is quiet theme time. If you have kiddos with a younger developmental age, infuse holiday vibes into quiet moments. Set aside time for activities that calm your child, whether it's reading a holiday book, doing gentle crafts, or just enjoying some quiet time. This adapts the celebration to your child's pace and developmental stage. This is the first year that I'm parenting a teen through the holidays, and his needs have changed a lot over the past year. As parents, it's important to know when we need to step back and stop encouraging our kids to participate in activities that they feel are too, air quotes, young for them. My advice is to still offer them the chance for the activity, but just don't be too upset if they don't take you up on it. And I do still strongly suggest, no matter your child's chronological or developmental age, that you anchor in some quiet time during their days this holiday season. Just know that as they age, that may look more like giving them time to play Valorant with their online friends, as opposed to reading an extra bedtime story or making cinnamon scented salt dough ornaments. So, another key thing we can do is to make traditions work for your family. Adjust mealtime routines, use sensory friendly decorations, introduce rituals that bring comfort. The aim is to create a holiday atmosphere that everyone can enjoy together, even if it seems like you're apart. A great example of this is that I have one kiddo who hates watching movies. We still do movie night with special treats, and that kiddo enjoys the cocoa or popcorn or cookies that I make, but they go to their room to do other things instead of watching the movie with the rest of us. And that's okay. Remember that your traditions can be as flexible as you need them to be. One of my favorite mentors has a saying, and it's take the nuts and leave the shells, meaning do what works for you and leave the rest of it behind. Adapting things lets you celebrate the season in a way that's comfy, joyful, and positive for all of you. And it stops you from taking on the stress of trying to make things perfect. And that, my lovely listener, is a basic building block of self care. So, the next thing I want to talk about is fostering family inclusivity. If you're attending gatherings, either outside your home or within it, communicate your child's needs and preferences to family and friends. Encourage understanding and offer suggestions on how to create an environment that's supportive for everyone. Inclusivity makes the holiday season brighter and better for all. Showing your children how to talk about their own needs positively and constructively does several things. It shows them you understand them and their needs. It demonstrates that you support them and their needs. It gives your child a framework to know that their needs are valid. It gives them permission to do the same and to speak up for what they need when they need it. And it allows all of you to hopefully enjoy this season in a more supported, relaxed, and enjoyable way. So go ahead and have a chat with Aunt Sally and explain that little Johnny isn't going to eat her jello mold, and bring those dino nuggies because you know that's a safe food your child will eat no matter what. And remind everyone, including yourself, that it's okay. I'll drop some links in the show notes to help you have these sometimes challenging conversations with family about what you and your kiddos need this holiday season. So, as we wrap up, remember that the heart of the holidays is connection, whether it's through adapted traditions, new experiences, or inclusive celebrations. The goal is to create moments of joy, understanding, and love. Embrace the uniqueness of your family and let this holiday season be a time of connection, sensory friendly festivities, and self care for all of you. And there you have it, a guide to creating autism friendly holiday traditions. Wishing you all a wonderful, sensory friendly, and joy filled holiday season. Thanks for listening. New episodes of the NeurOrdinary podcast drop every Thursday. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're feeling generous, leave a comment or review to let me know what you thought about today's episode. And if there is an autism parent in your life who would benefit from hearing this message, please share the podcast with them. I hope you have an awesome day, and whatever you do, keep it spicy.